appreciate you guys being on. All right, you guys ready to roll?
Yeah, we'll let Jerry start us off.
Go ahead, Jerry.
All right, Steve. So after looking at Wisconsin tape, you mentioned the lack of trips to the free throw line. What would you like to see you guys do offensively in terms of when to drive, when to take threes? What do you think about that whole thing?
Well, I mean, every game is a little bit different. I mean, we're not making free throws too, Jerry, so that hurts us too. When we do get there, we got to start converting some free throws too. That'll help the free throw disparity a lot. I did watch the tape a bunch of times. I thought we got good looks, so that was the positive. I thought we got good open looks. We didn't finish. Only took a couple highly contested, shots. So, confident our guys will make those. Hopefully we'll get those same kind of looks, moving forward. I did like our defense a lot in that game. We were the only team to hold them under 40% and 30% from the floor. 24% was their low from three for the season. They averaged 42%. And I like the fact we had 20 offensive rebounds. First time we've done that in a long time. So, like parts of that game, I thought we really were connected. I thought we played hard. I thought we defended at the highest level we've defended against one of the most efficient offensive teams, in our league and in the country. We just got to make some of those looks, and we were making them a few weeks ago. We don't seem to be now, but they were good looks. And, we've spent a few days here working on some different things and getting ready for the next challenge, which is, Penn State.
All right, thanks.
We'll go to Tom Canavan and then get back.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. When you're not making shots, do you just practice more shooting, or how do you do that?
I mean, you go through seasons. I mean, we made every shot against Purdue, so that's what happens sometimes. The ups and downs. You grind through with your defense. We practice. Our guys are in the gym a ton. Our percentages are way up from last year. Almost just about every guy, percentage-wise from three-point land and what have you. But, we talk a lot about shot selection, and we talked a lot about this week about getting to the free throw line, getting some easy ones. When you're not making shots, you got to figure out another way to generate some points. And again, our free throw percentage hasn't helped us either because we could narrow the field here a little bit if we get to the line and make them. We've missed a ton of one-and-ones too, so we don't even get the back end of that. So spent time. The guys are in the gym. I mean, that's all they have to do right now. So I'm confident. I just always looked at, we get good looks, like Ron's looks. I like looks guys got, and I'm confident, very confident Caleb McConnell will make those. Gio will make them. Montez has been making them. I'm confident that those guys will. Maybe not every single game, but, if we can start moving during that direction to get to the free throw line a little bit more, I think that'll help our offensive numbers.
Hey, Steve. Hope that you're safe. Family's doing well. Winning sometimes becomes self-fulfilling prophecies. It comes down to confidence, and sometimes you just have to believe you can win. So my question to you is, how do you recapture that confidence and that feeling?
Yeah, Bruce, we got 12 left, and we're playing the best league in the country. So we got 12 left, and sometimes you're on winning streaks and sometimes you're on losing streaks. And obviously you never win on a losing streak, but you also learn a lot about your team, and you learn a lot about players, and you have to go through some of those times too. And I think every coach does. We went through it last year too. At this time, nobody remembers. We had stretches just like this. We've lost to all ranked teams, so we're playing really good teams, and we got to play really well, during the course of those games. But we'll regain it. That's what I do. I took this job, a long time ago with obstacles, and I love when people doubt, and all that's great. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to defend better, we'll rebound better, and our guys are going to play better than the results show. And we'll move forward. We have a lot of the season still left. I know everyone, a lot of the season still left. We're halfway mark, and we could do some really good things in this league in the country. So I'm excited about that. Excited about practice the other day. Had a great practice. Gave them Martin Luther King Day off. Yesterday I thought was important. They start school today. So first day of classes today. We had a 3.4 grade point average with our team for the semester. So I'm glad they're getting back to a little bit normal here with classes and doing some of that stuff, because distractions are probably good for them at this time.
We'll go over to Bobby and then Brian Fonseca.
Coach, you guys had some downtime the last couple weeks between games. What benefits have you seen from not having to play every other night or every few nights?
Well, I mean, it's the first game the other day where everyone's healthy. So, I mean, the downtime Rich has been busy as could be, but he doubled up on his treatments on Cliff and on all the guys. So we've been able to give him some days off. We've watched much more film. Their days get a little crazy now with school added to their plate, but and I think we've put in some new stuff. I think stuff will pay off down the other end. Going to be well prepared for this game. We were really well prepared for Wisconsin, even though we came up a little bit short in that game. I thought our game plan was spot on. So we're doing more of the same. With them now, we've just got to juggle a little bit more schoolwork in there too. So we'll have to juggle our practice schedule a little bit.
Steve, you mentioned the difficulty of the first half of the Big Ten schedule for you guys. The next 4 games are against teams in the bottom half of the league. Seems like the schedule is easing up a bit in that sense. Do you feel like it's a good opportunity in that sense to get on a winning streak and kind of improve how you guys have been playing?
Yeah, I mean, we got to improve, obviously, especially in this league, and I think we will. We got to go on the road now. We got to win another game. Last year we won 2 road games, so we have a chance to do some stuff on the road. But every team in this league is good, and as you guys see the scores every night, who knows? You got to play well every night, no matter who you're playing. But I think our guys are confident. I really do, and I think we're ready to take on the challenge of the second half of the season. And we're 7-5 in the first half. Okay, everyone wants to be undefeated, but that's not where we are, and the lessons that we've learned now when we take into the second half, I take a lot of pride in our teams have always gotten better under me in my, 16 years of coaching, and we'll continue to get better, and we can, and that's the good part. Some teams have peaked right now. No, we can get better as long as we stay COVID-free too. That's always a big part of this, and the guys have done a good job in that area. But we're really confident moving into these last 12 games, learned a lot of lessons, got guys healthy for the first time, went through a lot of obstacles, and, now we look forward to what the next 12 bring and see how we can, end the season the right way.
Go to Chris Eisman and then Aaron Gardner.
Steve, how has Ron kind of bounced back from that game and today's stints in practice? I mean, what have you seen with him in terms of confidence-wise and just kind of where he's at, going to this Penn State?
Yeah, Ron by far had his best practice on Sunday of the season. So, and I still think if you look at Ron, I know everyone's looking at his numbers for the last couple. His numbers are off the charts for the season. So, if you want to go through a season, you're going to have stretches where, the ball doesn't go in the way you want it to. He needs to get to the foul line more. I think that's important. But he's having a really good season. And if you want to take a snapshot of a couple games here and there during the course of anyone's season, but Ron's a good player. He's the number one, guy on the scouting report now too, and he's got to understand that. But really confident. Again, his best practice the other day, and excited about how he's responded.
Coach, how challenging is it to prepare for Penn State with them being, having that 3-week pause due to COVID and then actually playing tonight? It'll be the 3rd game in 5 days for them. How does that change things for you in terms of how you prepare?
Yeah, I mean, you do the best you can with, the tapes you have, and, they're obviously, real talented. Now they pose problems. The best 3-point shooting team, they average 10 threes per game, and they lead the league in offensive rebounds. They get a lot of long rebounds to do when you shoot 30 threes a night. So it's another game. They have very good attack guards and big guys that play hard. So anytime you play a team that shoots a ton of threes and that could really offensive rebound 14 a game, you got to be ready to play. You got to be ready to play the full clock, and you got to be able to box out, and do a great job. And Jimmy Ferry's a good coach. They got talented. Jaiden Jones is really good. I mean, they got good, talented, efficient guards. So, and a lot of them. So, pose many problems, and they're going to get on a little roll here because they're going to play game after game after game. So, you prepare the best you can, and you got to go on the road in this league, which is a monster anyways, and you got to play well.
We'll go to Richie and then back to Jerry.
Coach, with Penn State playing tonight, how much of an advantage does that give you kind of to be able to see them, I guess, like literally 48 hours before you guys take them on?
Yeah, I mean, it's an advantage, I guess. I would watch, whatever their last games were anyways, on film if I wasn't watching it live. But, you can pick out some things. Again, they had a pause, so they put new stuff in that we didn't see prior to the pause. So, gives you a chance just to get to know them. I think we have a good feel for who they are today. But we'll learn more tonight, and they're going to play a really good team too. So we'll get a chance to see them again, which is a good thing.
Jordan?
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
Steve, we've talked since June about how you've had an open dialogue with your players on current events. Have the players wanted to talk about what happened at the Capitol or what's going on in the nation over the last couple of weeks? And how do you...
You know what the good thing is? We talked about Martin Luther King. That's what we talked about the other day, and his importance and some of the obstacles that he had to face. Our guys are obviously into social justice and social justice issues. I thought it was a great day yesterday to reflect on, on his life and all the obstacles that he tried to take on during his time. And, I thought the guys were really well versed in all the great things that Dr. Martin Luther King did for our country. So it's a good time to reflect and talk about, some of the good things too that are going on in their lives too, with schools starting back up and the fact that we were one of the only programs in the country that has not been paused by COVID. And, some of these other positives, 3.4 grade point average. So we talked a lot about, him, this week, and I thought it was appropriate time for that.
In your playing days, did Jim Calhoun bring up current events, or is that something new for your generation of coaches?
Yeah, he didn't. I don't remember. I'm sure at some point in time that he did. It was just a different time. The phones are attached to them. They know more about everything going on than I currently do. I can tell you Penn State's 3-point percentage and all this other stuff, but they could give you everything else. But it's more a part of their lives. They know more. They see more. They have more ideas, and the good part is our guys want to do more too. So I think that's really important. And they're seeing what's going on. And new president coming too. They're very involved. In those kind of issues, and they have a lot of different thoughts on it too, as you would imagine when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, dealing with these things.
Right. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
We got one from Brian Fonseca, and then let me know if you guys did have any more.
Yeah, Steve. How's Jaiden? Is he practicing yet? And I don't think we've asked this, but what is kind of your current plan for him going forward?
Well, excited. He has practiced a couple of times. He's taken his first day of classes today, so he lifted for the first time, the other day. He's a great kid, from a great family, but we have 21 out of bounds plays that he needs to learn in the next, 5 minutes. So, like any freshman, first day of class, sore from the weight room, first time he lifted, and, he's going to be a real good player. He's trying to figure out our drills. He's trying to figure out our offense. Kind of in the middle of the season here, it's kind of a hard time to just jump in and know what you're kind of doing. So he's in the back of the line learning everything, and, he's going to be a very good player for us. So, excited about having him here and stealing some time with him in the weight room and on the court and all those kind of things.
Go over to Bruce.
Steve, is this a team that you enjoy taking into battle in terms of focus, energy, work ethic, enthusiasm, professionalism for a collegiate team?
They're great. They're fun to coach. They're great kids. Like anything, we have our great days, and then we have other days that aren't as great. I do realize they've been here since June. It's really a different time. There's no escape from basketball. There's no restaurants open. There's no going to, a volleyball game. There's no anything for them. So try to be real conscious, of that and making sure that their 2 hours spent with me is a positive 2 hours, where we have fun and we try to get better and do that. It's just a different time. And there's never been anything like this. I have a daughter that, plays at Northwestern, and it's really good to hear her perspective on things. I mean, just nothing is normal. And, they got up early this morning. They have to come over here and get tested. They can't sleep in. They got to go to class. Even on days that we have off, they got to get up early and get tested. It's just a very different time for them. So try to be real conscious of that and try to make sure that they have a little fun too during their day. But, along that lines, you can't go bowling. You can't go to the movie theater. You can't do any of the things that used to take them away from, basketball. And so very, constant, because even when we travel on the road, there's really none. We used to go to the mall. We used to, go see, a park or, do something educational. Now you just, go to the hotel room and hope nobody knocks on your door without a mask on. So very different time, and try to be very conscious of that with our players.
Take a question from Chris Eisner.
Steve, how is back, health-wise from his first game back on the court?
Yeah, I mean, he was sore and stuff, but he's getting better and better, and he's a big part, of this thing moving forward here. Our rebound, the numbers changed drastically. I mean, his size, you saw, he even when he doesn't get the rebound, he's engaging other guys so they can't get the rebounds. As he gets back into playing shape, he had, almost 28 days where he didn't do a lot. You got to get back into that game shape and that game physicality and stuff, and I think he's moving in that direction. So, real pleased and excited about having him back full time.
Go ahead, Jerry, and then Brian.
Sorry, I'm done. I forgot my hand. Sorry, guys.
Steve, you mentioned how many threes Penn State takes. They lead the league in that. When a team is shooting that often from outside, just how does that change your defense? Does it stretch you guys out? Just what effects does that have?
It puts a lot of pressure on your defense. I mean, Wisconsin's a terrific 3-point shooting team, too, 42%. So, you got some of the same, problems. And Wisconsin had 5 men that could step out and shoot the ball, too. So that poses different problems, too, for teams. But they shoot 33s per night, and that's every game. So sometimes you see a pattern with a team on certain nights. They don't take that many, or they do. They take them every night. So, it poses a lot of problems. They got multiple guys, too, and they're fearless in that sense. And then it also poses a problem rebounded-wise, because those aren't rebounds that drop around the basket. Those rebounds could go anywhere. So they're really good, and they're always in games, no matter what the score is. And Michigan 2-point game, they had the ball with a layup at Michigan to possibly put it into overtime, maybe win it. So they're in every game. Purdue the other night, because their ability to make threes. So, they're a dangerous basketball team, and again, pose many problems to your defense because it really stretches you out, and it stretches you out with rebounding responsibilities too.
I don't see anything else for Coach, so unless anyone has anything else, I'll let him go and talk about that for Penn State.
Guys, I appreciate you being on, as always. Thank you, guys.
That's all.
Coach.
Stay safe and healthy.
Steve.